Hi everybody, how are you guys doing today? Today I present what we're going to work on. As a matter of fact, this is the afterthought. In a little bit you're going to see what I thought was the finished product. And it ended up not being the finished product. I ended up messing with it a little bit more, and this is the finished product. I really enjoyed it. This is for the CAC hashtag event, and I need to go get the information for that. It's for give me a second. Hashtag love spring art. This is my second one. The second year. I can't believe it. Anyways, let me go back to my movie maker and see what you guys are looking at. Yeah, this is what I thought. That piece that you just seen was what I thought was the end. So here's where I'm going to show you guys two or three options. I'm not too sure. So we have a neck here, and I covered it in paper, old book paper, with just regular school glue and then some tissue paper. That process was left out because it's quite simple. I'll show you a black neck right now, what it used to look like, just like that. And I gessoed it and then glued the paper on. Okay, that's how we got to that. It's quite simple. And I thought I'd add some more prints to it. So you can use tissue paper, napkins, book papers, leave it to your imagination. So I just have some school glue in this bottle. I did water it down a little bit. I apologize for the laptop over there on the side, but I had some work I had to do. And so I was doing work and playing at the same time. And there's my napkin that I'm going to use. I just rub it in with my finger. And I didn't want to cover all of the work that I already did because I really did enjoy it and like it. So I'm just going to work on this little part right here. I'm going to lay down the print that I like. Just pat it down, tap it down. And if you wait till the end, you'll see how many variations we can get. And just watch me go through so many different techniques. And basically, I've started doing these about 8 years ago, maybe even more, when I used to do farmers markets, galleries, shows, all kinds of stuff. And I like my necks to be displayed differently than other artists that had their jewelry displayed on their necks, which usually would be black. I wouldn't mind to stand out and work quite well. As a matter of fact, when you have these necks in black, it picks up a lot of lint, a lot of hair, and you're constantly having to clean it off in order for your jewelry piece that you're displaying to look nice and crisp and clean. So I do like putting tissue and napkins and book paper all over my displays. I do it on my ring displays, my neck displays, my bracelet displays. And now that I don't have a shop or I don't do galleries and I'm just full-time here on YouTube, all of these necks are displayed in my closet with all of my jewelry on it, and actually love it. You can even add some essential oils, and it smells quite nice, especially in the summertime. So I chose another napkin. After it dried, I still chose to use another napkin. This one with a sunflower on it. I love sunflowers, stars, moons. And I don't want to cover up what we just put down, so I'm going to put it to the side. And then I'll let it dry. And I've taken a lot of pictures that you guys have seen in my previous videos on this neck. That's how much I really enjoy the neck. And I'm just picking it up, place it down, and then we're done. Now the next video you're going to see, you're getting bonus videos today. Just different ideas for jazzing up your neck displays. I'm in a very calm mood today, if you haven't noticed. And there's a black neck velvet, picks up a lot of lint. I'm using Deco Art gesso, and we're going to spread it all over the place. And the next clip you're going to see is it when it's all dry. I only ran it one time. That's all you really need. And the reason I like using the gesso is the paper or the paint that you're going to work on is going to stick quite well. So this next neck, I wanted it to be very different. I wanted it, or my inspiration for it is spring. So I have various colors that remind me of the summertime, springtime, when the ice cream man comes around. And that's where my first idea came. And then you start seeing all the flowers, you know, start blooming. So ice cream, melting ice cream, and flowers. That's what my inspiration was for this neck display. And I did cover the bottom, the sides, and all of that. It does take a little bit of time, but it's quite fun and very, how can I say, satisfying to see your own unique art even on your displays for your jewelry. We're going to use some mint coming up. Mint color, peach colors, pinks. It is a Neapolitan flavored ice cream neck display. You'll see it coming up. Just stay with me and you'll see some more ice cream, melting ice cream inspired. Just give it a minute and it's going to come on up. I've just recently taught myself how to split and cut out certain parts of the video so that I can share with you guys everything. And here we go. This is the melting ice cream part. So I got some paint and some water on my brush, and I'm going to do some drippage. By the time I was done, it reminded me of the old ice cream shops. You'll see it. Just stick with me. And I wanted some chocolate flavor in there also. I love using my seashell as a palette. And there I have some mixed media fluid acrylic by Deco Arts, and I'm adding some water, lots of water, leaving my brush very wet, and some more drippage. Melting ice cream. It's nothing like ice cream from an ice cream truck in the spring. Sitting in your garden and watching all the flowers that you thought were gone for the winter, and they end up coming back every year, at least in my garden. Next clip, it's all dry. And then I started thinking, let's do some flowers or a flower. And you guys know how I like to do my flowers. Very, very freeform, very organic. I like to call them my fantasy flowers. And we're using a mint color. I still did want to stick with Neapolitan. Then I started thinking of cherries on top of my ice cream, and eventually did add some red which wasn't a red, it was more like a cherry color. The purple, I wanted a vintage feel to it also, so I added some purple, which I like lavender infusion into my ice cream. Then we have some chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip. And you'll see how all this comes together. I do, towards the end of the video, start slowing it down just a tad bit. I did work on this neck for about 5 days, here and there. And there's the red for the cherries. Then I'm just putting some dots up my fantasy flower, adding some leaves. I had to trim back some of the little hairs, fibers on my brush that were sticking out. By the way, the Sherpa gave me, if you've seen my Happy Mail, she gave me a brush. It's amazing. I loved the brush. Now I want more. I have never ever felt a good quality brush, and now that I have, I want some more. I would love to have some more. And then I'm just doing what I do with my flowers, whatever I feel it needs, or just being creative and seeing what's going to happen if I grab all the white and grab some of the red and let them come together. And I really did like the way they came through. And here I'm using just different greens. Got some apple green. Then we're going to go into a darker green. We're also going to use some stencils, and that's going to be coming up next. Since the neck is curved, I had a little bit of a hard time, but I still managed. This is where I started feeling that it really was, it is more vintage inspired. The old ice cream shops, when I added these, the stencil that represents an old typewriter, I just randomly added them in. I wanted to add some letters, but I didn't. Then I started antiquing the edges with the same black. And then I started thinking, hey, remember the old copy machines, or when you would pull your paper out of the typewriter and it would leave black markings? That's what I did. And I love the way it came out. I did it all over the place. Then I grabbed my white pen for some highlight and gave it some highlight all over the place. I just was very free with it. And this is what I thought I was, when I thought I was done, because I was happy with it. But then I started thinking while sitting here, some mint color would look really pretty on there. Let's just give it a go. Why not? We were daring the whole time. Why not be daring some more? And this is what it ended up looking like. And I love it, and I hope you guys are inspired and create some. And thank you for watching, and have a very, very creative day. I'll talk to you guys soon. And remember to go watch all the other hashtag events. See you later. Bye-bye.